Redfin, Opendoor, Zillow, all in massive trouble, throwing people overboard. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. Always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today as Opendoor, Redfin, and Zillow now doing even more layoffs, stock values plummeting. Everything is going upside down for these companies, quite possibly on the verge of bankruptcy, and this is a precursor of what happens. These are real estate companies, okay? Let's just cut to the chase. These are real estate companies. What happens to real estate if big companies that work in real estate, earn their money in real estate, can't make it? The housing market will follow close behind. Just another indicator. The challenge I have a little bit with this one, the owner of Redfin, we're going to read a little article, hear from him today, actually. This guy was on more news programs during the height of the FOMO and the buying euphoria, cheerleading these markets, telling you should buy, interest rates were low. He always had this weird smile and smirk on his face. I don't know, it just never really gelled with me, this guy. Now I know why. Because he was FOMOing people in, and guess what's happening now with these companies? Well, they're throwing people overboard. Oh, I feel so bad, I have to let... Yeah, you don't. You're throwing people overboard to protect yourself and your stockholders and your investors, but they want to pull money out of your company, and now you're grasping at straws in massive, massive trouble. Let's just call it for like it is. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm not here to make friends with Zillow or Opendoor or Redfin. None of those people. I'm not here. I'm here to protect American lives, if not globally, if we have viewers all over the world trying to make sense of their local housing markets. Congratulations to anybody that's stuck with this channel. If you're new, subscribe. Subscribe right away. There's never been a more important time in history. Get centered and surrounded with like-minded people. Iron will sharpen iron. You'll be less paralyzed by fear if you halfway expected this thing. Let's go ahead and roll this article. Then we're going to meet back here and wrap it up. Let's get started. Redfin CEO, the housing market could get worse. The U.S. housing market continues to show signs of weakening, impacting Seattle real estate tech companies such as Zillow, Redfin, and the trend may continue. We think the housing market could get worse, Redfin CEO Glenn Kelman said during the company's earnings call Wednesday. We haven't seen U.S. home sales dip below 4 million units in a year in decades. Redfin missed its third quarter earnings expectations and earlier Wednesday announced it would lay off employees for the second time this year, eliminating 862 positions or 13% of its workforce. Redfin axed 8% of its workforce in June. The company's headcount has dropped 27% since April. Zillow Group last year shut down its iBuyer arm, Zillow Offers, resulting in a $405 million write-down and 25% workforce reduction. Opendoor, the leading iBuyer company, laid off 18% of its workforce earlier this month and reportedly a nearly $1 billion loss in the third quarter. And the article goes on to wrap it up with, hope is not a strategy here. We're not waiting for home prices to improve. Well, that's probably about the best move you've made so far. Let's get back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. So that's what our good friend over at Redfin is now saying. The CEO of Redfin, still with some smirk and smile on his face. Why? I'll tell you why, because he has to cheerlead this thing. He has no choice. His stockholders, shareholders are all bailing on him. His stocks are about to go to zero. What do you think that does to the U.S. housing market? Nothing good. Nothing good. And we're all hearing about it. Layoffs all over the tech industry. And guess who buys houses? White-collar wage earners, the tech industry. The very people that led this market are now potentially got their homes at risk. And if they just do. They're upside down in their purchases. They probably didn't check rent ranges. Their payment's bigger than what the property would rent for. They no longer own their house. Their house owns them. Almost poetic justice in this instance, isn't it? Insanity, this stuff that we continue to have to unpackage. So that's what we're currently contending with now, my friends. All the iBuyer programs, done, gone, flopped. All real estate companies throwing people overboard. All real estate stock values in the tank, 75, 95% off their original euphoric highs in the height of the bubble where the casino climate, people are just throwing money around in the stock market. Real estate's red hot. Let me pour into this company, honey. We're going to make... Now their stocks, accounts, 401ks, crypto, evaporated, done, gone. Makes me upset to see that happen to good folks. But they drank the Kool-Aid. It was this whole crisis, tail end of a crisis, front of a recession, couldn't sustain itself, no organic growth. Artificial growth, market manipulation, overstimulation of the economy, overstimulation of the biggest asset in the class in the world. The dust will settle, we will pay the piper, and there will be blowback. Welcome to that. That's what you're seeing. Redfin, Opendoor, and Zillow are all now displaying the blowback of what happens when you overheat a real estate market. These people drank the Kool-Aid. Wall Street drank the Kool-Aid. A lot of us are like, Wall Street's going to come buy up all the properties in the... No, they're not. They're going to be part of the crash. They're going to be folding, filing for bankruptcy. It's all playing out. Congratulations, everybody. This thing's insane. I know... the only people I know right now that are saying, I think maybe just a correction, well, people that just bought. I would be saying the same thing. How do I know, they ask? Because when I bought in the last bubble, well, maybe it'll just correct a little bit. I'll weather the storm. Real estate always comes back. Yeah, 10, 20 years later. Had I just checked the property's rent range, I would have just plopped a renter in there, which is all I do now. Check rent ranges. No will I ever buy a house. Even all cash, I want to know what's the rent range of this property. If I was pulling a mortgage with 20% down, would it cover the rent range? If it doesn't, I don't even want to pay cash for this house. That's the metric we use. That's the metric we're going to continue to use moving forward as I show you properties that pencil out using that math. It's very, very easy as we can start to recondition our mind to be able to go strike when opportunities start to knock at your back door. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding the biggest artificially created housing bubble in U.S. history couldn't sustain itself. It was artificially constructed. There was no solid foundation in which it was built. It was a game of musical chairs. Quicksand is what it was built on. It's reverse course. It's going to have blowback. We're going to pay the piper. It's unfolding. Only the people that halfway expected it are going to be able to operate within it more efficiently. That's our plan. That's my plan for you. When I said I will put people on the sidelines and earn their business later, this is exactly what I was talking about. If you appreciate the content, I ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. If you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.